So Patrick Mahomes played really well against the Jets. I know everyone's going to say, well, duh. I mean, he's Patrick Mahomes and he played the Jets, so of course he's going to play very well. But you know what? I still wanted to make a video, sort of talk about how well he played. I want to make sure I keep making videos about guys like Mahomes because, you know, sometimes when someone has been great for a few years in a row, you kind of forget about them and just accept that they're great. But you know what? I don't want to, not make videos about the guy who is, in my opinion, the best player in football, at least in terms of quarterbacks. And I also wanted to just talk about it because it's so interesting how they run their offense, and no other team is capable of doing what they can do, largely because of Patrick Mahomes. And let's just get into it. So this play is going to be a cover 2 zone, and the way Kansas City is going to try to attack this coverage is they're going to have a receiver run that route. Now, if this seems like an unusual route, it's because it is. Most teams will not have this kind of route be ran. Definitely they won't have this route be ran consistently, but most teams aren't Kansas City. But watch, once this play starts, you notice that the receiver that Mahomes is trying to hit on this play is starting to cut towards the sideline. And so you're thinking, okay, well, this is a route you will see pretty frequently. It's going to be an out route, basically get in between the safety and a player who is deep, the safety and a player who is shallower. And try to sort of thread the needle through there. There usually is that gap, and so the safety, as you see, is crashing in now, trying to make sure he takes away that area. But now Tyreek Hill, and that's the receiver, he's able to cut back towards the end zone and get wide open. It was a really well-ran route. I do feel like Hill's route running is incredibly underrated, and obviously it was a perfect throw. I mean, do we even get excited about Mahomes making a 45-yard throw down the field with perfect accuracy? Not really. I mean, that's just kind of what we expect from him. But that's what's crazy about Kansas City is, this play is a very similar concept to what you might do 5 to 10 yards down the field, but most teams can't have it get done that far down the field, largely because, A, they don't have the offensive line to give the quarterback time to make those throws, and B, they don't have a quarterback who can make throws 50 yards down the field with perfect accuracy like Mahomes can. So the fact that this is just like a play that they run instead of like a play they are very select in when they use is just insane. I think that's one reason why you sometimes see that really the only way to slow down this Kansas City offense is by having great pass rush, because if you can't get there, you're going to be in real trouble. And because of the deep game, it sets up things underneath. Like this play, it's going to be cover 2 zone again, and to have a receiver running deep, but this time it's just going to be a decoy for the tight end who's going to cut towards that area. And once this play starts, you notice how a receiver isn't just taking away the safety deep, but also the New York player who's in charge of covering the flat, which is the area on the bottom of the screen, sort of 5 to 10 to 15 yards down the field. He's also staying deep with the receiver running deep. So now you look, and Travis Kelce, he's easily able to get open because he's able to run into that zone that is now completely gone, which is gone because the New York Jets are now afraid of getting burned deep. Again, Mahomes isn't going to miss these throws, and honestly, these don't feel like too high degree of difficulty type plays, and, part of that is just because Mahomes makes everything look easy, but part of that is also because they're not necessarily. But what's crazy about these plays is just that they're all set up because of Mahomes' ability to really just be so consistently good. So if they can run zone busters 45 yards down the field, what do you do about it? Well, you could try just playing man, but that's not going to work out too well either. So on this play, it is a cover 1 man, and Demarcus Robinson is going to be the guy who's basically running a route where he kind of fakes those running over the middle, then gets to the sideline deep. It's a nice route. It's a route that can work against this type of coverage. You want to get towards the sideline because that's away from the safety. It turns into a one-on-one matchup, and if you can elude the player who is covering you, it can be a pretty good situation. Once the ball is snapped, you notice that Robinson, he does a really good job on this route. He kind of gets the defensive back twisted both ways. So now at this point, again, there's not too much separation, but Mahomes, he's not under pressure whatsoever, and so he is going to make this throw because why wouldn't he? I mean, this is absolutely a throw that he knows he can make, and in this situation, it almost feels like this is like a goal line, end zone, sort of inside the 10, fade to the outside type play. Like, how the fade in a red zone situation in the end zone can actually be a very high reward, low risk play because either you throw it out of the back of the end zone and it falls incomplete, or your receiver makes a great catch and you get the touchdown. Well, that's kind of what Mahomes is doing when he's standing at his own or at their 38-yard line. He's able to throw this one perfectly. There's a flag on the Jets on this play, and it's still a catch by Robinson. And again, that's just crazy, is, they have so many guys who can run those types of routes. And Mahomes is able to do things that no other quarterback can do. I also love this play. So it's going to be cover one man again. This time, Tyreek Hill is the guy that we're going to keep an eye on. And Tyreek Hill is going up against press coverage, which means that Tyreek Hill is going to win this matchup. I mean, that's just as simple as it gets for Kansas City. They see Tyreek Hill in press. They're going to say, you know what, I don't care if the safety comes over the top to help him out. They still believe Hill is going to be able to outrun anybody. And the safety is actually going to cheat over to that side. And also the defensive back isn't going to play this one poorly. But once the play starts, watch how Hill just outruns him. And Mahomes fires it almost immediately. But he just knows Hill's going to be able to outrun his assigned man. And the safety won't be able to get over there quick enough. I mean, that's just all speed right there. They're such a fast team. And I feel like a lot of people sort of say, like, man, it's crazy how the Chiefs have so many fast receivers, but they do that by design. They want these fast receivers because that's really what makes this offense work, is they want to be able to take these shots down the field and run these plays down the field. And as long as their offensive line can hold up, which it usually can, that's how they're able to have these games where not only are they able to be good, but they're able to be just outstanding. It's absolutely insane how good he is. Like, how much we expect from him is ridiculous. It kind of feels like he's had a bit of a disappointing season so far in 2020. If you adjust his numbers for a full season, he's at 4,600 yards with 42 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. I mean, that would literally break records for touchdown to interception ratio. And the passing yards wouldn't be as good as his 5,000 yard season, but would be pretty close. I mean, I guess when you're in your first season as a starter, you throw for 50 touchdowns and 5,000 yards. You put some pretty high standards for yourself. But yeah, it's he's pretty good. That's how I'll end it with. Mahomes is pretty awesome. Quite frankly, I think he's my pick for MVP. I really do. I think the only 2 interceptions throughout the course of the season with his high volume is just so insane. I think if I had to pick a first half, through 8 weeks in MVP, I think I would give him the edge over Russell Wilson. That's just my opinion. But yeah, what do you guys think? That's the question I'll ask you. Do you think that he deserves MVP this season? And of course, as always, thanks for watching.